Hello, welcome to game 2 of my match against SweetJohn33. I am up 1-0 with first player in the first game. This is their first player, so we'll see what they're able to do here. We do have some trashing with Sacrifice and Loan. Draw with Hireling. Embassy is a good draw. The knight that draws, obviously, is kind of one knight for everything. Plus buy with Charm and Horse Traders and Workers Village. Lots of villages. Embassy's pretty good draw and filtering through. Bats could be useful. Frog could also be useful if you've got extra villages or something. Or knights or something. I see a use for those. I think Sacrifice Loan, while somewhat sad, is the way to go. Horse Traders doesn't counter knights, but it's useful against them. Sir Martin is very bad compared to some of the other knights. I don't really see Sir Martin being used significantly, so it's possible that with Sir Martin on top, we just don't go into them. If we had Dame Anna, certainly Molly, Destry, Bailey, Sylvia, Michael, maybe Natalie here, although there's not a lot of cards you want that cost 3 or less. They would certainly be possible for taking, but like Sir Martin, Dame Josephine, probably not touching those. So they've diverged from what I had thought. I was going to go with Loan. And since they went with Silver, I need to think a little bit what the plan is. I mean, the plan is to hit 5. You probably want to hit 5 and hit a Charm, and you want to hit 6 and get Border Village, Embassy. Embassy also very, very nice with Village Green. That's an interaction I hadn't thought about. Loan decent with Village Green, I guess. I'm gonna go stick with my gut and go with the Loan. I want to get thin here. 80% to not skip the sacrifice here. So bottom 4 cards, 3 coppers, 2 estates. Sacrifice. Yeah, I think I'm happy to get the Village Green now. Take the Baths points here. With 2. But thin an estate, you get 4 VP. Not a terrible turn. Sometimes in these turns, like, you think, oh, wow, I thinned 1 card and I got 4 VP, but the game's going to end on colonies. So, like, you want to get embassies and village greens, then you want to buy platinums and a couple of charms and colonies, and that's how you win. So it is somewhat not that great. All right, so we definitely trash the copper. We play this as next turn, and we buy a silver. So here we're probably going to get the Charm, I suppose. Kind of knew this was coming. Well, I hit 6 here, so I guess Border Village, Embassy with 6, and the Village Green in deck. Which unfortunately we didn't find the Village Green. Or anything, although next turn will be quite nice. I can grab another Village Green here, probably. I have thinned 2 more coppers that they have not thinned, for whatever that's worth. Embassy can be okay with Loan. You can trigger some bad shuffles with a bunch of coppers on top, but there's some things you can do to get around that. So I assume this is like Border Village Charm for them. Border Village Embassy. That's quite interesting. I wanted to get a second Village Green, but I feel like the Charm is more important for the plus buy at this point. So I kind of have to play this Village Green now and hope to draw my stuff. My bottom 2 cards are Border Village, Embassy, so I'm not going to play the Loan and just buy another Village Green. It'd be somewhat sad that I bottom decked the 2 cards that I bought that I really wanted to see. I bottom decked them that shuffle, which is quite unfortunate. So here I play Border Village, I play Embassy. I'm discarding 3. I have 2 more draw with village greens, so in theory I can get almost to the bottom of the deck. And sack an estate, hopefully, and then see if we can get close to the end of the deck, find the charm, and maybe buy 2 things. I feel like I'm at least a turn behind because I've missed my embassy. The loan I drew sadly twice, but that was not the reason I fell behind. The embassy was the literal bottom card of my deck. If it was anywhere else in the deck, I could have potentially done stuff this shuffle. And I would have seen the charm potentially last turn. But we've got a village, we've got an embassy, so we can get the turn started. Yeah, they're just any advantage I think I had from having loan and getting good hits early just evaporated when I bottom decked the embassy, and now I'm behind. Maybe I was never actually ahead, but I felt like I was doing quite well. Like, they've been able to play their sacrifice more times than me, even though I cycled through my first 2 shuffles faster. And I bought the charm first, but they... so we do these 3. I want to sack this estate. And I want to try to get as far through the shuffle as I can. Trash. Okay, so this is a kind of weird charm. I think I'm going to go gain card here and go border village, embassy, Hireling? Does that make any sense? Or gold would be the other card that I gain. I think I need to get border village, embassy. If I get gold, potentially I could buy 2 big things. Gold's a decently big treasure. I am slowly working through my coppers. So that would be border village, embassy, gold. I think the hireling is not super necessary here, especially with embassy village green type draw. I think I do need to look to get 2 more village greens. Maybe those are off of border village purchases. So if I were to hit 12, I could go border village charm, border village green this turn. Yeah, I bought the charm first. I thought they were a turn behind in buying that, but then they drew their charm first. They were able to buy another one. I believe I've thinned 2 more coppers, whatever that's worth. And I can continue to thin coppers along the way, and we're kind of flinging silvers at each other, so adding more draw seems useful. It also seems potentially useful to add more embassies, because the draw is going to be still, I'm drawing 5 cards here, discarding 2 village greens, I get to draw back. So I'm discarding 1 card and drawing basically 7 cards here. And then my other embassy should get to the end of the shuffle, discard the coppers, draw them back with the border village, and use the loan to get the rest of the way through it. I think that's how that will work. And then I've got 2 silvers, charm, gold. 2 silvers, charm, gold, a couple of coppers. Maybe I have 3 silvers, gold, charm, copper. That gets me to 12, which is what I wanted for border village, embassy, border village, village green. I could also look to do border village, charm, border village, village green. Doesn't quite add as much draw, but it gets me 12. Yeah, I think I do need to get a buy this turn. and a village green at least. So they get 1 platinum and a silver. Okay. Play this. Play now. I think I do want to draw everything, which is what this does. Okay, so yeah, this is perfect. We sack a copper, and then this last loan trashes the last copper. Buy coins. Okay, so we actually found 2 coppers this shuffle. So I feel like we can do the Border Village Charm Platinum. It's still a little bit dicey if we don't find the embassy near the top of the shuffle, but the plus buy seems worth it. Border Village Charm Platinum. I don't get the extra village green that I wanted, but at some point with the 3rd buy, I can potentially get it, and maybe I'm just kind of stuck not ever getting it because the opportunity cost is so high. So Border Village Charm Platinum. Okay, so this is basically guaranteed to kick off here, which is great. We'll see if my opponent kicks off as well. They do. So I have thinned all but 1 copper, so they've still got 4 coppers in the deck. They're going to be able to sacrifice those. This turn I can look to sacrifice a copper, and then use a loan to either trash a silver or just flip it in my discard if I need to. And then next turn I can sacrifice the loan and feel pretty good about that. In terms of pieces, they've got 1 extra village green. I've got 2 extra border guards. I think I have an extra gold to silver, something like that. So they're hitting 19 and 3 buys or some combination thereof. 19 and 3 buys could be platinum, border village, embassy, village green. Last turn I hit 15 and I added 5 money, but I subtracted 1. Possibly, so I may hit similar 19 point, which I think platinum, border village, embassy, village green is good, and then look to add a 4th plus buy the turn after that. If you're feeling good about the deck, you could maybe instead of the village green add a horse traders for a plus buy at 4. It's a little bit sad with the discard, but if you can play it before the embassy, then you can make it work. Yeah, so they discarded basically 3 coppers, and they've got the money you see. So they've got an extra silver, I've got an extra gold. They've got 1 village green, where I have 2 more border villages, and they still have first player. They have an estate in their deck as well, right? So they can turn that estate. Yeah, so they'll be able to trash that estate at some point for +1 VP. Platinum, embassy, charm. So this revises my price points up this turn, obviously, with extra silver. I still think I'm drawing, but just something to think about. I am just going to play both of these now. Alright, so play the border village, play the embassy. So, yeah, I'm sacrificing this copper, and I think I'm going to sacrifice the loan. Bottom card of my deck is silver, I imagine. I had 3 silvers last turn, so I've got 4 now. So I could discard 3 silvers, play both border villages, sacrifice a copper, play a loan. I leave a silver top decked, but I get more payload. What do I want to buy this turn? My opponent bought Platinum Embassy Charm. I've got in hand 8, 10, 15, 16, like 20 and 3 buys. I think I'm okay to leave one silver top deck. So I'm adding Border Village, Embassy, Village Green this turn. And I think I'm actually going to trash a silver, but 19. So Platinum, Border Village, Embassy, Village Green. And trash, and since I'm doing that line, I just discard. And slightly scary to leave a silver top decked, but I added quite a bit more draw this turn with the Embassy. The idea, I guess, is you have 3 embassies, they draw you through your whole deck, and you discard 3, and then the 3 Border Villages just draw them back up. It looks like they haven't found an embassy this turn, and it looks like they're not finding one based on this line, which certainly puts me back ahead. I do need to add another source of plus buy and start watching out for pileouts on like Border Villages. Plus another pile disappears very quickly. Like you buy a gold and then gain 4 Border Villages and 4 charms, and all of a sudden the game is over. They still have 3 embassies and 2 village greens in the rest of that deck. So I now regret, maybe I should be trashing these silvers. I don't know, I'm drawing, as long as I can get an embassy at the top of the shuffle. This turn may be Border Village, Embassy, Charm, Colony, as it seems like the game is ending here. Frogging an embassy is also not crazy if you get to that point of the game. I'm going to discard this sacrifice, I think. Now, play now. All right, that bottom card is an embassy. Play. I think I can play this one as next turn. I'm not going to get this cleanest of shuffles here. Discard those 3. Okay. Coins buy, coins buy. Okay, yes, the plan had been Border Village, Embassy, Colony. That's 17. I still have 8 more. Am I worried about them piling out on me here? The third pile would be Village Greens. So I'm going to do the Charm. If I do Border Village, Embassy, Border Village, Charm, Colony, it's tough actually for them to pile out with only 1 Border Village left, because they can gain Border Village, 1 Border Village, Embassy, but they have to buy Embassy, Embassy, 4 Village Greens. And if they do the gain of 5 cost, like they gain a Duchy, and they still have to get 5 costs, 4 or 5 costs. And I think they've only got 4 gains plus whatever Border Village is. So Border Village, Embassy, Border Village, Charm, Colony. I can also just go Border Village, double Embassy, but that feels... I really do need the extra plus buy. And hopefully I'm not leaving myself open with a pile out. I top deck all the embassies, and I have a duration Village Green, so I'm pretty much guaranteed to kick off here, as are they given the remainder of the shuffle, so it's a question of what they're able to do. Do they have 4 charms, actually? Did they buy a charm last turn? They may have 4 charms if they draw a deck. I don't know, perhaps I undercounted by 1. So Border Village, Embassy, they still have to gain 4 things. They still have to gain 6 cards plus a colony to win. And I'm pretty sure they can only gain 5 cards with... So they need to gain 7 cards to win. I'm pretty sure they can only gain 6 cards with 4 charms here, because I took all those Border Villages. Which means they're just probably going to do some greening here. And I added 2 stop cards, Colony, Charm, and 1 Embassy. So, and the Border Villages help me draw back at the end of the shuffle through what the Embassy discards. Hopefully I can make my way all the way through. But they had a pretty unfortunate dud for them. last turn. We shall see what they're able to do here. These can be tough discards because they might not be able to draw back around to them. Or they're triggering a shuffle with some of this stuff in there. Like they can play one more embassy, and then they've got 6 cards in the discard pile, which is in theory 6 treasures that they could be using for money. Well, they have another 2 village green, another 1 village green, another 2 border villages. They've, in theory, 8 more cards of draw. But you can't really trigger the shuffle. They can next turn the village green and discard the border villages. Otherwise, you're triggering the shuffle with 6 bad cards in it. And we don't have enough engine components to trigger a shuffle with like an extra embassy in it, which might be interesting to do. You get 6 cards in there where one of them is an embassy, and you draw one of those cards. And if you happen to top deck the embassy, then you can just play it and get a clean shuffle. And if you don't, then you've got an embassy guaranteed the top of the deck and a duration village green coming in. We're just ramping up payload as quickly as we can, so we don't have time for those reliability tricks. Too worried about opponents piling out on us. I think I'm safe here because I have this, like if they sack an estate, I think they can only gain 6 cards, and they would need to gain a colony plus 6 cards to the pile. But Charm, Border Village, strange stuff. I've seen strange stuff happen. Yeah, so say they bought a duchy. Yeah, if they had 4 Charm copies, but that's only 5 gains total. So they could like double colony, and then I've got a double colony back. Potentially, and hope that they can't triple colony, or they could get a colony and build a little bit more. In which case, I double colony. Okay, so this looks like 25 and 5 buys, or 25. Yeah, 25 and 5 buys. I don't know what you add with the last buy. You could do double colony village green. I'm just with this hand that I've seen, I'm not worried about them hitting 33. I'm not really worried about them hitting 33. Next turn, I guess maybe I should be. They would need to add 8 more coins, and those 8 coins are coming from silvers, I suppose. What is that estate doing? They're trying to block me some kind of pile out, I guess. All right, we're going to play these border villages to try to find some of our village greens. All right, so embassy, discard 3. And then we just don't play 1 border village, obviously. We can frog it. That seems fine. Okay, what did I discard? Silver Colony Sacrifice. So I'm not playing the loan. Oh yeah, I didn't draw the loan to the end. Okay. So I've got 10, 18, 21, 27 here, 28. Sort of my max. So how worried am I about them triple getting to 33? They got to 25 this turn with 2 silvers. They have 3 more silvers. That's 31. They have 2 more coppers. That's 33. So that's if they can full draw 33. They've got 4 embassies. That draws them 20 cards, but they have to discard 12. They've got the 2 colonies in the estate they can discard now. Guess I'm playing all treasures here. So 27 and 4 buys. So if I go colony double province. That's 26 money. Can't really do anything else with my money this turn. Is it worth the risk to get double colony here? I can go double colony like Workers' Village. They would have to draw 20 cards, discarding 3 village greens. So they're drawing 23 cards. They're discarding 12. They can sacrifice a border village to draw 2. They've got 3 border villages. They're drawing 9. I'm just not seeing that. They have to max payload to draw everything. And I'm not seeing how they do that. So I'm going to go double colony village green here. I don't want to lower piles with their gain situation, as we discussed. Well, it's village green an easier pile to lower. Did I just buy a duchy here? In case they can go colony. And no, they've only got 6 gains, I counted. So I am not convinced with that, but at this point of the game, it's been a bit of a long game. I'm okay with this. They have a village green next turn, which means they don't get to duration it. I'm pretty sure they can only gain 6 cards, and it takes 7 cards to beat me. And I'm pretty sure they can't get to 33 money. They have to discard some of those coppers along the way. But we will see. Colony double province, but then they know that I don't hit 33, so they can colony double province. They can triple province back, and then I can't 4 province, and province pile's getting low, and they've got the extra charm, and potentially there's a duchy thing they can do in the last turn. I don't know. Maybe that was too risky. I feel okay with the way I counted that. But we will see. They've got 4 cards in the discard pile now. They're going to have 7 cards in the discard pile. 3 of them can be green, but 4 of them have to be actions or treasures. They've only got 1 more border village. So it's border village, sacrifice. There's got to be 2 treasures in the discard still at this point. They've got another embassy. Doesn't seem like that makes it better. Sacrifice the border village. Maybe if they bottom deck the 3 treasures, they get there. I would be surprised, but not. I don't know. I would be surprised. I would have to load the seed up from their game afterwards and see if I miscounted something or what. I mean, if they just take triple province here, am I doing any better? And then I take triple province back. What does that put us? I've got a 9-point lead, and they just double province and win. So I can't really touch provinces. If they take 3 provinces. What did I hit last turn? I hit 27. Yeah, maybe they can just triple province here. Okay, so they're playing for another turn. Or are they double provincing? Okay, well, at least that part of my read here was correct. But we'll see. Okay, so they triple provinced. Okay, well, let's lead on some of these. Play now. Play now. All right, so if I calculated this correctly, I have 6 cards in my discard pile. So I can play the border villages. I can even sacrifice a border village just to get like a clean all the way to the end of the shuffle. I'll play one more border village here. Oh, I have another village green, which is nice. Let's play this embassy now. All right, so I'm going to discard village green 2 colonies. Let's count my money here. What I'm looking at is 9, 10, 20, 6. So I'm in a bit of a tough spot. I'm going to play this now. I'm going to sack this border village just to get a clean look. And there is 1 colony in my discard pile. Is that correct? Or 2. Okay. I guess colony also gives me or loan also gives me a clean look here, but all right. So this is 30 and man, I'm 3 short of triple colony. All right. So let's say I triple colony next turn. That gets me to 68. Can they get 21 points on their turn? Let's say I just buy platinum here. Just can't really touch the piles. I can't touch the embassy pile, unfortunately, which is the pile I really want to touch the most. If I get province, platinum, like 2 workers' villages. Province, platinum, 2 workers' villages, and dare them to get 4 provinces or 3 colonies, and then threaten otherwise. I think that's my best play. I'm really unconvinced at this point. And we have the potential for a dud, so a little bit concerning. I almost wish I had next turned that village green, but yeah, and maybe I could have and played the loan to get the mostly clean shuffle at the end, or left 1 silver on top, but had a village green coming into play. I have 4 village greens in a deck of 28 cards, so there's a decent chance I find one. There's also a decent chance that they just win this turn. I don't really see a situation where I don't go for it here, but wow. So they dud as well. I don't know what you take here. Duchies? Seems like you take duchies here. 3 duchies. All right. Well, if we hit a village green, I think we win here. So here goes nothing. Let's go. Oh, the workers' village is also a plus buy, which seems like something I should have said. Which also seems like something I should have thought before I now. Okay, well, I'm going to sacrifice the workers' village for draw. Okay, we're drawing on. Play now. Play now. All right, let us play this. All right. 5 coins. We got a little bit lucky there. And John, I don't think knows that. Feel a little bit bad for them, but They will find out later that I got a little bit lucky here. Good game, and we move on to game 3.